Today we are going to have a brief introduction to telling time. I'm sure you're familiar with clocks that look like this. This is called a digital clock. The number before the colon is the hour and the number after is the minutes. Digital clocks are all around us. You might see digital clocks on everyday appliances such as the microwave in your kitchen or on your oven. Digital clocks can even be found on other kinds of technology. You are probably comfortable telling time when you look on a device such as a computer, phone, or tablet. But what about on clocks that look like this? You might see clocks like this when you are in public or at school. This is called an analog clock. Just like a digital clock, an analog clock is a tool we can use to figure out what time of day it is. Analog clocks come in all different shapes and sizes, but they have a few distinct features. Each of these clocks have two lines, or hands. Let's look at these clocks. The shorter hand tells us what the hour is. When figuring out the hour, we look at the big numbers, 1 through 12. There are 24 hours in one day, so the little hand makes 2 rotations or complete circles around the clock each day. The longer hand tells us what minute it is. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. If you look closely, there are little dashes around the clock that indicate minutes. We start at 12, which would be 0 minutes, and count all the way around to get to 60. Whenever the minute hand makes 1 rotation or complete circle around the clock, we know that an hour has passed. When finding the minutes, we can count by 5s to help us. You've probably heard the terms AM and PM, but what do they mean? AM is from midnight to 11:59 in the morning. PM begins at 12 o'clock or noon and goes all the way until 11:59 in the night. In a single day, there are 24 hours. AM and PM each take up half the day and last for 12 hours. Unlike digital clocks, analog clocks don't always tell us if it's AM or PM, so let's apply AM and PM to our daily routine to gain a better understanding. When you wake up in the morning, it is in the AM. You might get dressed, brush your teeth, and make your bed around 7 a.m. When it's 7:15 a.m., you might be eating breakfast or making sure you have everything ready for school. When you get on the bus to go to school, it is still considered AM because it is happening after midnight but before 12 o'clock or noon. You arrive at school in the AM. The sun is shining and you are ready to start your school day. Remember, it is not PM yet. However, when you eat lunch at 12 o'clock or noon, it is now considered PM. Remember, PM starts at noon and goes all the way until 11:59 in the evening, so everything you do after lunchtime is in the PM. You finish up your day at school and go back to your house in the PM. You might do your homework and play with your friends when you get home. You might notice that the sun starts to go down and it gets a little bit darker outside. You would know that this is the PM. Your family probably eats a yummy dinner around 6 o'clock p.m. When the sun goes down all the way and you are getting ready for bed, it is still PM. As you go to bed and sleep through the night, the clock keeps ticking. It is PM all the way until the clock strikes midnight. Once it hits 12 o'clock, PM switches back to AM. As the sun rises and you begin your day again, it is AM. Telling time can seem challenging at first, but becomes a piece of cake. We are able to read analog clocks when we understand the features. Remember that the little hand tells us the hour and the big hand tells us the minutes. Analog clocks don't always tell us if it's AM or PM, but we can use context clues and think about our daily routine to help us determine if something is happening in the AM or the PM. We are going to be spending a lot of time studying analog clocks so that we are confident in reading them and can do so when we go out in public with our friends and family.